Hello everyone, welcome to Tony Talks. So let's get right into today's video. And thank you for all my subscribers. And if you are new here, thank you. And don't forget to hit on that subscribe button so that you will not miss out on our future videos. Thank you. And please, there no derogatory comments. Thank you. Till I'll see you in my next video. Stay safe, stay blessed. I love you. Bye.
Welcome back. I have answered you in case you're just getting to see my video, and I want to say welcome to every one of you, especially my subscribers. And if you're a new subscriber, thank you for subscribing. And if you're yet to subscribe, kindly subscribe as you watch this video. You're going to learn one or two things from it, especially as a young lady if you're still married, or if you're going to get married, or you are separated or divorced. Now, it's very common these days that to see podcasts bringing people to come and talk on their marriage breakups, and in the process the people get carried away and spill so much. Now my question that I'm going to ask, and I want you to get something from it, is when you come to social media, it is okay to talk about your trauma, don't get me wrong. I'm an advocate of people talking about their trauma, but are you talking to the right person? Are you talking to the right people? When you are talking, what do you gain? What is your aim for talking? Are you coming to share your experience with the world to keep others from falling into it? If that is your aim, that is a no-no, because it won't stop. Are you coming to tell others how bad your ex is? If you are coming out to say that, do you think that will stop your ex from achieving what they want to achieve? Now I'm going to take it deeper. For a relationship that has children in it, how far or how deep are you supposed to go in talking, in spilling what transpired between you and your ex? In the days of old, when there was marriage breakup, people go to courts, they divorce, and everybody move on. I know some are traumatic, and when people go through such trauma, in the developed world, they are giving help, which is allowing them to speak to a specialist, a therapist. What is the purpose of that therapist? To walk the walk with them, to tell them what and what to do, what and what not to do, so they don't endanger themselves or the children involved in that marriage. For example, after divorce, some women tend to become frustrated, um, pained, which is understandable from whatever they have gone through. They become frustrated, and some run into depression, and some end up in psychiatric homes. Some just lose it and they can't hold things together. So it is always advisable to talk to somebody, to specialists, to work with them. But unfortunately, we don't have such. Maybe now we are having it in our society, but it is not yet being utilized by many. So what do we do, and what do we have among us? We have among us people who come to social media and or some podcast channel who deal with this kind of a thing, where they interview them, some, and they don't even know they're going to go through talking about their marriage breakup. So they get there and they start asking questions, and one thing will lead to the other, and they start talking about their marriage breakup, or their divorce. In the process of talking about this divorce, they spill so much, they talk so much, and this is where I am coming into this thing. If everyone is allowed to come out and say, this is what happened in my marriage, trust me, nobody wants to get married again. But are we saying it as it really is? Because there are so many marriages that break up. Every marriage that break up doesn't mean that the man is at fault. I won't stop saying this. Yeah, maybe more from their side than from women. And if men are allowed to talk, now if you see internet go catch fire, if men are allowed to talk too, or they have that boldness to talk, come and say, yes, this is what happened in my marriage, this is what went on, this is what I've experienced. In fact, you'll be shocked too. Many are due to some women's infidelity too. But no woman will come to social media and say it was my infidelity that broke my marriage. That will come up publicly and say my marriage broke up because my husband saw a text message from a man, or my marriage broke up. My husband saw was suspicious of me, and I tried to explain it was not like that. No woman will say that. What we've always heard is the man is abusive, the man is this, is a narcissist. In fact, narcissistic has now been attached to men than women, and we have it in both gender. We have narcissistic women, we have them in women too, and they act and exhibit the character in different ways, different method, different style. So now, when you come to social media, especially in a marriage where children are involved, and you come to talk, number one, do you think social media is going to help you? Yes, you want to talk, and it's okay to talk. All right, it is okay to talk. Like I tweeted a topic last night where Kemi Oluloyo was talking about her parental background, what she went through, and I said people should let her be if that is the way she wants to tell her story. But now, that is a different scenario. You have never seen Kemi talk about her children. That is one thing I noticed about Kemi. She's protective of her children, and she has never come out to say this is what went on, blah, 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 to talk about what went on between her and the father of her children. You know why? Kemi is very smart. She knows that whatever she says is coming back on her children. But it seems that most of our social media users, we are copying Oyinbo. Oyinbo brings celebrities, not everybody. They bring celebrities, at least that is where it started from on TV stations, okay? They bring celebrities to come and talk about their marriage breakup and all that. And, do anybody learn from it? No. It doesn't stop people from falling in love. It doesn't stop relationship from continuing. Even people that are going through the same thing you went through in your marriage. For example, people who go through abuse, physical or whatever. If you come out and say, I was abused, I was this, people listening to you, they are going through that abuse. They are still in that marriage. I'm not saying it is right. But you're speaking now, you're coming out to say all that. Yeah, it's your right and everything. But I just believe some informations are better. I'm not saying don't talk that your husband abused you. I'm not saying don't say I didn't abuse you. But I'm saying the best person to talk to is a therapist. You know why? Social media don't care. Social media will use your story. Sometimes, much later, they can still use it against you, against your children. This is my only 2 cents. I know many people may not agree with me. But if you know me very well, I'm an advocate of people speaking out and talking. But I'm saying when you have to talk, if you are going through trauma, some information is not for social media. You're talking about the father of your children, your ex-husband, some information. I'm not saying don't tell them you are divorced. It's okay if you use your own platform to speak your story. That way you can control yourself to some extent. But when you are speaking to somebody, podcaster, they will push you to a level that will sell their story, and you will not know, and you will put it out there. Look at Nedu sometimes ago. Look at the kind of stories that sell on Nedu podcast until VDM came for him. You can see the kind of information, some things they will say. What? Why? That is the selling point. After that, you carry that trauma, you carry the stigma. The podcaster smile to the bank. You are the one, and you and your children will carry the stigma of whatever you put out there. Not any other person. It is you and your children that will carry the stigma. I hope you are getting it. Be careful out there. Seek help. Social media is not help. Most people that come out, it's not as if they need financial help. I'm not talking about those that really need financial help. I'm talking about people who don't really need financial help, all in the name of probably getting back at their ex-husband or thinking social media will have pity for you. They don't pity you because they don't care. Social media does not care. Forget whatever comment, hey, yeah, oh my show. It ends right there. And they move on to the next person. But they will remind you one day. They will remind your children one day of some things. Where your children are going to get married, they will remind them there. Where your son is going to get married, they will remind him. If your son make any little mistake, they will say it's because his father has been like that. Even if he has reason to behave that way. How will you feel tomorrow your son gets married and the wife probably misbehaving and your son tried to probably do one or two things to save the marriage or put his feet ground as the man of the house, and the wife says, I don't blame you. If I knew, I shouldn't have married you because your story is out there. After all, your father was the same thing. We saw what your father did to your mother now. And you hear of that. How will you feel? That is what I'm... Before social media, people have been breaking up. They've been divorcing. They've been separating. There was a way they were managing it. There was a way they were tackling it. You're telling your story does not stop people from getting married. You're telling your story does not stop people from falling in love. In fact, that man, when you talk, saying a badass, now this one, now that one, now useless man, now kind man, instantly the man has another woman that is telling somebody that the man is the best thing that had ever happened to her. Now so it be. That same man, when you they say that like this, now like that, somebody else is telling somebody that that man is the best in the world, that he should not mind you. A typical example is Julie Doche and me and Judy. See how Judy wakes up every morning doing her kigbe for you. Akitekata is seemingly for every morning like a town crier. Ireo.